Alright guys, so I haven't done one of these videos for a while, but Tom Brady asked me to do a quick check on the crouch frames on slide, right? So we know in MK1 that Sub-Zero's slide isn't considered instantly crouching, and I guess we we basically have no idea for when it's actually considered crouching. So I've done a whole bunch of records to try to figure this out. Disclaimer: the recording software is, well, I guess the way frames are counted, right? It feels sort of inconsistent, right? So again, it's plus or minus 1 frame. So you'll see that, I guess, in this analysis. But let's just jump straight into it, right? So in this, I've recorded Rain doing the beam projectile, and I've recorded Sub doing slide at various times to sort of judge when it's considered crouching. Right now, there's some dodginess in the sense where, based on how I do the slides, maybe you'll take a step forward just take a step forward or back, and the fireball may hit earlier or later because of it. But for the most part, it shouldn't really matter because if you're considered crouching from a particular frame, you're considered crouching, right? Anyways, and I guess the main issue is just gonna be that plus or minus 1 frame. But let's get into it. So again, you can see on the top right here, I got a frame counter, right? So it's whatever 20, 31, right? And all this really does is, I've set it from the minute I press 1. You can see there, it starts counting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, right? And it's again, this is fairly consistent. Again, the recording software messes with the frame count slightly, and you'll see that later. But it's fairly decent, I guess. But yeah, from frame 34, you can see that's when the fireball starts coming out. And at full screen, the fireball connects at about frame 40. Yeah, about 47, right? 40. See, 47 animation changes, and then the hit count actually counts from frame 48, right? And actually, just to check that here, at frame 48, you can see, again, so looking at the bottom right, start of 34, active of 15, right, adds up to 49, this is 48, again, so I think most of the counts are off by 1 here, but that's not what I was talking about when I was saying plus or minus 1 frame. Yeah, let's get this. So, the first situation, this is contact at frame 9, and you'll see, so, it's working, no it's not, it's cool, alright. So the fireball starting, right, whatever, and you can see on the left, right, let's be here, I'm starting to input slide. I input slide from frame 36, right, frame 36, right, and again, you can see on the top left, I start counting the frames for slide, going through 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so at frame 9, this is a fairly late reaction, yeah, you'll eat the fireball, right, you're not considered crouching it. And that goes. Second example, what happens over here? Okay, so same thing, right? 9, 10. So frame 10, you're still considered standing. Again, plus or minus 1 frame, guys, because there's issues with it. But just to make sure, frame 34 should start seeing the fireball come out. Yep. So that's fine. Next example. There it is. Same thing. Fireball starts coming out. Oh, so input slide exactly in frame 34. 10, no contact yet. Frame 11, still considered standing, right? Again, bear in mind, slide is falling frame startup, so it's basically, it's very close to when it becomes active, when it's considered crouching. And yeah, I think another example is just to check. So same thing, right? Again, just to make sure. First frame, yep, starts counting. Fireball starts coming out 34. Frame 11, still making contact. I think this is the ambiguous one where, again, so I start inputting, yep. Fireball comes out 34, yep. 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, here we go. So yeah, so this is the weird one. So I guess let's just see when I inputted. I input 3 at frame 33, so it's I think 1 frame earlier. So I guess, again, like the plus or minus 1 frame makes it sort of inconsistent, right? But again, 11, 12, 11, no contact, 12, no contact. So it's considered crouching between 11 and 12 right now, right? You can see that. And I think I did a side-by-side here just to check, right? Well, this is another separate recording, right? 31, 32, 33, 34. You can see the fireball basically starts coming out at 34. You can see it. And slide is input on the exact same frame, yeah. So it's not the same thing, right? So 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so 11, no contact, 12. So I would more confidently say you're crouching from about frame 12, right? Right? Now this is, again, a close-up of the 12 one, right? So fireball comes out at 34. Yep, it's consistent. I've input slide 2 frames earlier this time, actually. So before, yeah, 9, 10, 11. So that's definitely frame 12 here, right? Frame 12 I'm considering crouching, and that's fine. I think it's another example of it. Oh, this is a side by side, right? Now, again, this is the weird one, right? So like, you don't see it every. Okay, so I've offset the start by 1 frame to make sure it's actually touching when I press 1, right? So this, yeah, I press 1 over here, press 1 on this. So again, I started recording when I pressed 1 for both of these for Ren doing the fireball. Actually, not even when I press 1. It's a fucking recording. Like, I'm not doing a separate one. It's just the game counts frames weird or the recording software is off, right? So you can see the frame count is off by 1. But again, I've synced up the actual animation, so now it's a bit more consistent. But again, at frame 34, we see the fireball about to come out. Oh no, yeah. So 35 on the left one, 34 on the right one, right? Again, and this is what I'm talking about. The frame count is sort of off, right? But you can see we input slide at 33 and 32, right? And so again, this is counting purely from the slide frames. 11, no contact. 12, you're definitely low profiling, right? So 12 is pretty consistently low profiling, except for this case over here. Now, again, this is sort of weird, right? So again, first frame inputting it, right? Whatever. 34 should start seeing the fireball come out. There we go, fireball. I input, yeah. So I input slide on the frame that's the fireball starts coming out, which is 34. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right. Kind of weird. Right, there's no contact. Oh, there is contact this time, which is, again, but we just saw 4 examples where it didn't make contact, right? So again, this is where the plus minus 1 frame comes in. Yeah, it makes contact, and I think this is the 12 to 13 frame example. So pretty clearly 12 here, making sure 34 fireball comes out. Yep. Yeah, 12 no contact, 13. So you're definitely low profiling by 12, 13. Same thing over here. 12, 13. Yep. Yeah. So that's that, right? But again, so like just going through all these. Actually, can I? Oh wait, no, that capture is messed up. Give me a sec. There we go. Right, let's get back to this, right? So you can see the 11 frames, right? Makes contact, right? 11 definitely makes contact. Over here, same thing. 11 makes contact. But again, there's that singular case of the 11 frame not making contact, which is that one. You can argue maybe that's 12, right? Maybe it physically hasn't touched him yet. But yeah, it's between 11 and 12 frames for when the contact is made, right? Or for when you start low profiling, right? Over here, like looking at that looks like it hasn't touched yet, and then 12 definitely that would be overlapping when you'll be hit. But we had the one case on the 12 framer where it did hit. Right, 11, 12, which is fucking weird, right? Again, it could just be the recording software, right? But considering most of the 11s made contact, and we had one case where 11 didn't, and then most of the 12s didn't make contact, but we had the one case where 12 did, I would say you're low profiling by about frame 12. Anyways, I might do another one on Reptile because I'm sort of curious for Reptile now too, but yeah. Guys, it's about 12 frames.